Davis Wright Tremaine has always had a rich and deep history of giving back to the community. We were able to look at pro bono through a more innovative lens. You've got Davis Wright Tremaine and the attorneys that want opportunities that align with their skill sets and interests to actually do that work. You've got companies and in-house legal departments that also want to give of their time and talent. And then you've got legal service organizations that do this work day in and day out. And they're also looking for strategic, thoughtful partners. That combination of those three players allow for the building of flagship initiatives, of nationwide projects that make a difference for underserved, marginalized, in-need, at-risk communities. And so when you are able to make that work, the impact is incredible and it's very powerful.
Amazon, as a legal department, has done quite a bit of pro bono, and we've always tried to think about how we can do more and do it bigger. One of the really neat, innovative techniques that Davis Wright came to us with was this idea of partnering with them to help kind of solve that gap where if you didn't have the expertise or knowledge on how to do things, you could kind of supplement that with the folks from Davis Wright Tremaine. One idea was to partner with an organization called KIND, Kids in Need of Defense, and the Special Immigrant Juvenile Status Cases. We had heard all these stories about 10-year-old children having to go to hearings unrepresented, and to potentially have up to 2 to 4 of us between Amazon and Davis Wright to come in, understandably changed the odds. The folks at KIND said we had in one fell swoop take on the largest number of cases in their history. For us, it was an interesting and eye-opening moment to realize that we could leverage and scale our ability to do pro bono through partnerships like this that Davis Wright Tremaine had helped to put together.
The partnership between a company, Microsoft, that cares so deeply about journalism, and Davis Wright Tremaine, that has the #1 renowned media and First Amendment practice in the nation, was this really powerful combination of two entities that wanted to work for a constituency that was underserved and underrepresented to do some good in the world. And that's exactly what happened through ProJourn.
This program really has as its North Star the view that our democracy needs journalists. And if the law is being used as a weapon to silence journalists, then lawyers can stand up and support in ways that are really critical. When we started on this 2.5-year journey together, there wasn't a qualified legal service provider. So what the pro bono departments of Microsoft and Davis Wright Tremaine did is we created the screening committee. This is not usually what law firms and legal departments do. What we were really doing was building out an internal set of processes for how to train people up, how to identify journalists, how to ensure that they were meeting the standards for pro bono, how to ensure there was no conflicts. We've supported more than 40 different matters across 22 journalists. So what started with Microsoft and Davis Wright Tremaine has now evolved to investment from the Knight Foundation and leadership from the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press. We've enlisted more law firms to come in and help grow this.
In the last 3 years, we went from working with just a handful of corporations and in-house legal departments like Amazon and Microsoft to over 100 in-house legal departments that we've either partnered with directly on cases, on legal clinics, or have consulted with them on how to structure and scale their in-house legal efforts.
Innovation and commitment to pro bono is really one of the many hallmarks of Davis Wright Tremaine. So well deserved. Congratulations.